What is up, everybody? Ooh, is that banging in your eardrums right now? Is that something loud? I feel like my camera's off. Let me know if I look crooked. I always liked it, like the I want to say old TV shows or like stand up stuff. Like was it Letterman or those ones when they come out with their like bands and they'd be doing something funny and then they'd like whoop, and then it'd cut. I'm gonna do that next time. I'm like hit it, right? And then I'm like, and it's gonna cut. I don't know. You let me know what you think. What's up, everybody? I'm just hanging out. My homework for the week is done. The class is coming to an end. I did really good. I did really good on it. I'm very surprised of myself. A little bit, not a lot. I am Josh. I am that Josh. But really, I've talked about it before here. Like it was an English class, English 101 comp, but I'm dumb, so I was very nervous about it. And this class was actually real good. I got a little pirate ration going. Let me know what you're drinking down in the comments below. Drink responsibly, don't drink and drive. And if you do, that's your ass. But so this English comp class I was taking through the My Navy Community College. If you are active duty and you're in the Navy, I highly recommend you take advantage of the Navy Community College programs. I'm telling you, it's not TA, although it uses probably the same TA money or something. It's not TA, right? But I think when you're enrolled in it, you can't use TA, so you can't like double dip. At any rate, they have college partners with programs already. So if there's something in there that tickles your fancy, definitely check it out. I'm looking over here at my side screen because I need to send an appointment to my doctor. Also, I'm doing multiple things right now. But the My Navy Community College, right? So I signed up for it last year. It's been out for a while. It's really getting a bigger footprint. More people are using it. Again, highly recommend you checking it out and using it. If there's a degree plan there for you. You have the Navy Community College has coaches for you that they don't hit you up as good as the school does. The school coach, man, old lady Susan, love her. Awesome, right? She hits me up. She called me today, about 2 weeks out. Like today's last week. Then next week is like the wrap up of week module 8. I don't know, whatever. But like it's wrapping up. And she's like, hey, are you ready? I know we went over, we got you registered for classes last time. How did this class go? What's your feedback? And like it's a good 20-minute conversation I have with this lady. And she's just like, all right, well, hey, you should be coming up on your Navy class pretty soon. Remember, what do you do when the Navy people email you and say you got to take their class? And it's just the coaching. I'm going to Arizona State, Forkum, Sun Devils, right? Had to pick a school from Arizona. U of A might have been a little bit better, not better, but the joke's always like U of A for basketball, ASU for football. There are a few years where it's gone back and forth, but hey, if I could go to Arizona State and graduate from the same school James Harden did, that's pretty cool. But on the other hand, going to U of A where Gronkowski went, that would have been cool too, and Bibby, and a bunch of other arenas and other awesome people, Steve Kerr. That would have been cool too. But at any rate, so the coach from Arizona State, it's just been fucking awesome. It reassures me because I need that like extra reinforcement of hey, do you need me walk you through this again? I'm like, yeah, fucking walk me through it again, because last time I did it was 7 weeks ago, and I was barely paying attention then, or I had you do it, and it's just it's not the signing up for the class and remembering how to do that. It's not on the top of my brain to remember how to do it every 7 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is. So that being said, I got these little fucking like fruit flies or something. These little gnats in here. I don't know from what. Like I got everything put away, cleaned up and everything. I think they like sneak in from the fucking door when I go in and out. It's annoying. You're right. So the coach is always hitting me up, always just on it, always making sure that I'm ready to go, getting feedback, logging it, and then being like, "Yo, I gotta take a math placement. I gotta take a math placement." And so I haven't. And she asked me today. She's like, "Hey, have you taken that math placement?" I was like, oh, "Fuck no." I wasn't. Man, I was stuck on this English comp class. Where the fuck about that? Why? I'm not gonna shovel on the worry. Um, with a math placement when I haven't done no math in motherfucking ever years, right? Um, and then she hits me with the don't worry about it. Okay, everyone has to do a math placement. It doesn't really mean anything. Everyone starts in the basic math, and I was like, oh, like and that's one of those things about school that like really like irks me. And at different times, is like if it doesn't matter, and we all start in basic math, why does it matter if I take this or not? And I'm sure they have some kind of reason as to the why. It's not explained, and I think it's bullshit that we just got to take it. Even if you did explain it, I think it's bullshit. Um, but yeah, that's that. It's going good. Again, the class itself is going real good. Always being a person who did not do well in English, that did not do well with writing, and we'll take it back. Like part of this class, it was funny. They're teaching. They actually teach you how to write at like a college level, on a certain type of writing structure, for like it's called a profile. And I thought it was really cool, learning that because I actually felt like I was learning something. I was like, hey, look, I'm learning. Like, look at me, I'm learning something. I've like I've never learned that. And one of the parts, it was like how you learn to write in high school, right? Which for some of us was a very long time ago. And it's like you learn the 5 paragraph thing, right? The intro with the thesis, 3 paragraphs that support it, and then a conclusion. I was like, fuck that, that's me. I was like, that is me 100%. Um, it is that's that was me, right? That's how I tried to structure everything, and those paragraphs would just get longer so I could meet the word count, and like my flow and everything was just off. It was just I would just type the words until I looked down on the bottom of the Word document, and I saw it met what I needed it to meet. Wrap that shit up, put an ugly bow on it, lipstick on a pig, and I'd submit it. And whatever I got. And it was like C's get degrees, don't really care. This class really like switched it up, and with the teaching of doing the process of writing, which I thought was real cool and interesting. And it really helped me because it kept me interested. And when you're interested in something, you usually stick with it a little bit more, right? So that's cool. One part in it was interesting, right? This is crooked too. I'm having a hard time tonight. Was and this, I don't know how I can tie this into like another full episode or something, but there's one module that I was doing where I was talking about like as a student, and then when you're going for your associates, you don't know shit. Your bachelor's, you're learning. Your master's, you're learning more, learning how to teach, and then you go to doctorate and whatever the fucking levels are past that, right? And it was like, and as I was doing this module, if you watch Joe Rogan or you're into any of that, this was at the same time where he had this dude, oh, what's his name? I don't know. He's like English or Scottish, Irish. I don't know. They all kind of sound the same. If you don't know what you're talking about, um, fuck, what was it? One dude's Dave Smith, and the other dude was whoever he was, right? And I'll look it up. Douglas Murray, right? Whoever this guy, I think I've probably heard his name on the Joe Rogan podcast, but I'd never seen him or know of him or anything. But in the podcast, one of the big things is how Douglas Murray's talking about like you can't talk about Israel and Ukraine and Russia and all these things going on unless you're an expert. And this whole thing, go watch it yourself if you haven't. If you're not interested, I get it. But the basic thing was the premise of it is like you have to be an expert to talk about things, whatever that subject is, right? Without being an expert, you have less credibility. And so then this came up in class of like, if you are only an associate's degree holder, right? When you are writing, you cannot write with the tone of expertise, or like the way I kind of took it, like not just expertise, but like factualities, right? Like you need to approach everything in a very like, well, maybe I'm learning this or I know a little bit, but like, what does everyone else think? And I just thought really that it was kind of like bullshit, right? Um, One, probably swayed by watching that person on that Joe Rogan podcast and the way he came off very pompous about it, and like an asshole. Um, and then the other one was like, you don't. If we always only talk about, and again, I'll talk about this now, or I might do another episode about it, or bring it up in a future podcast with someone else. It's like, if you have to be an expert, right? What is the level? What is the barrier of entry to gain expertise to be able to talk about something? And you don't have to be an expert to talk facts. Like, you can look up factual information, right? Which gets harder and harder by the day, because is Fox facts? Is CNN facts? Are they both fake news? Is it, is legacy media old and worn out and it doesn't matter? Is new media, social media, YouTube media people, are they the ones now that have all the information? So there's, you could throw more into it, but like it just really got my head spinning around, like, is that kind of like how we act in the military, Navy specifically, about like the leadership stuff, about organizational expertise, if you want to get into some of that, right? Of like, when are you the expert? When are you not the expert? If you're not the expert, do you get to talk about anything? Do you like, and I don't just mean talk about, like, do you get to challenge it if you're not an expert? Which I excuse me, I think yes, right? Why wouldn't you be able to challenge it? Challenging it with good questions, one, well, should be able to, experts should be able to respond and answer those good questions, or maybe not so good questions, but that they should meet that challenge, and then you should be able to grow from that, right? So I don't know, it's just something interesting that was brought up there. I need to send this message. I made 2 appointments on the same day at the same damn time. I went and made an optometry appointment today, and right when I was making it, I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I just saw right now, same day, same time as another appointment. Fucking rookie. I can't believe I didn't have that other one in my calendar. I usually do really good about putting everything in my phone calendar, because if I don't, man, I am missing. What was it like? I was going for like rehabbing my wrist or something, right? They're teaching me these stretches, especially since I'm a pro level gamer. And there was like 2 weeks or like 2 appointments in a row I missed them, because for some reason they're like, oh, all we have available is at like 8 in the morning. And I was like, fuck. Well, I need to be seen. Okay, we'll do it. My ass. Nope. I'm not fucking at 8 in the morning. I'm up. I usually wake up the first time at like 5, take the sleep mask off. Then I lay back down to like 6:30. Then I'll get up and I slowly like make my way, I might have to do a get ready with me, a real one, where like all you see is my feet because I'm taking a dump, right? Make my coffee, sit back, turn on the fucking YouTube, see if the weather guy I watch on there's got anything interesting to say about the weather. Because when you live down in places that got weather, you got to watch the fucking Weather Channel, right? You have to watch what's going to be happening for the day, the week. Sunny San Diego, it's like, all right, it's going to be chilly in the morning, it's going to be sunny in the afternoon. There you go. That's that. That's all. That's it. So here though, man, like I'm always, all right, is it gonna storm? Is it gonna be windy? Is there gonna be a tornado watch? Usually nothing down far this south in San Antonio, but you never can tell. With motherfucking bases, if the base housing has cellars, right? You can see the cellar like out by the front little 2-step patio. that means they built it because they want to be ready, right? So just saying. Um, Other than that, we're doing class. The kids were out here during spring break. I think. Oh, I didn't. I talked a little bit about that. That was a blast, and they'll be out here again in the month of May. Kids are gonna come out and spend a Texas summer. Yikes! They're gonna be hot and humid. But it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. I'm back in another class then, so I gotta make sure I budget my time wisely and get everything done, and so I can play both worlds. Um, I just thought of something I want to say, but I can't say it yet. Next week during the episode, I'll bring it up. Just waiting on things to fall. Let the cookie crumble where it may. Let me see what else has been going on. Um, that's it. Just really strapping down and doing um schoolwork. That's it. That's it. It's a fun, exciting world in the RV. Schoolwork and regular work. I posted something, on my personal page yesterday. Caught a couple people's eyes. It was making. I was talking about this. We're with a few chiefs hanging out, and I popped the question. Different things were being talked about, and this is something that had come up in my mind over the past few days after seeing stuff, through the feeds. I said, "Are we as chiefs?" Uh, I say we collectively because that's all the shit we talk, right? Like if one of us fucks up, it impacts us all. This and that, blah blah blah. So we collectively, are we too focused on making chiefs and not developing leaders? And I got a couple episodes coming up with some people where I'm gonna pose that same question. And I'm gonna leave it here to simmer a little bit, maybe even a slow cook, let it smoke with you, because I think it's a very interesting question, and the way people respond is very interesting too. Um, if they immediate, as my boy Nick says, hurt dog's gonna holler. So if people start hollering, they probably feel some kind of way. But I think a lot of people, they just maybe they're just not. They don't think of it like that, right? Sometimes I think we think we're doing what's best for the most, and sometimes we don't need to do that. Sometimes the best for the most isn't always the best at all. You know. I ain't gonna be on here long, y'all. I just wanted to just get on, let you see my face. Not a whole lot going on over here. Man, the fishing. I haven't been fishing like all week. Last time I went fishing, I caught one. Wasn't even a good catch, honestly. I think it was chasing in my jerk bait, and it bumped it, and I snagged it. It snagged on the side, but snagged it good enough where like I thought I had it, and I was reeling it in, and when I landed it, you could see like it just flop 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 flop, and it unhooked itself, which was good. I wasn't trying to hurt it or nothing. It just happened. Shit happens. But yeah, that was that. Yeah, that, and man, it's just been. I tell motherfuckers though, you get some, not weirdos, but you get people out here that be like, um, and one's kind of weird. He's a little strange. His dog rolled up on me out of nowhere one day. One day I'm out there, I got my cool guy, my pit vipers on. I got my little sun shirt on with the hoodie up, right? So I'm protecting my skin. Put the polarized glasses so I can see through the water, and headphones in, right? Listening to audiobook, just vibing, just enjoying it was a beautiful spring day. Sunny, cloudy, a little bit of wind, not too much. Cool but warm. Just really nice, beautiful day. And then all of a sudden, I look, and there's a damn dog right next to me. And I'm like, mother, it looked like the neighbor's dog back here. And so I'm looking around like, whose fucking dog is this? Like, and always like, I'm a dog person, but man, like, I don't give. You always got to be hesitant about dogs running up. So I'm like, hey, I give it like, hey, like, what are you doing? Talk to it like it's a human, right? And it kind of like, oh, shit. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I started looking around, wondering if it's the neighbor's dog, see if they're out looking, because sometimes their dog runs out. always around like 5:30 in the morning when like the guy's going to work or something. I don't know. Motherfucking almost like at least 4 times a week, which is like 90% of the time or something. Often, very often, it might be 80%. At like 5:30 in the morning, you could hear their door flinging open. You could hear slamming. You hear them yelling, and then you hear them yelling for the dog because the dog ran out. It's like as soon as that fucking door opens of their RV, that dog books it. Oh, excuse me. Um, and they're just like fucking what, I don't even know what the dog's name is, but they'd be like, dog, 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 and I'm like, oh my god, I'm here just like, fuck man, every morning y'all gotta do one week it was every morning. I was like, why have y'all not trained this dog how to not run out the damn house? And then they'll get the dog. It doesn't run far. It comes back or whatever. They catch it, and then you hear them yelling at the door. I'm like, oh my lord, my Lanta. Like can we just chill, please? It's 5:30 in the morning. You going to work? I get it, but I ain't. All right, I got another 3 hours before I gotta leave the house. But so then I thought this dog that rode up on me when I was fishing, I thought it was their dog. It looks the same, like a little brown dog, like the Simpsons dog. What was that dog's name? Rudolph. Uh, Santa's Santa's what was let me know down in the comments. What was the Simpsons dog they got on that Christmas special that year? Santa's little helper, I think it was. Let me know. I picked it up from the racetrack. I remember that one. Very heartfelt when Simpsons was good back in the day. Um, but no, it was some other dude over here, and like he's outside just chilling, fucking not paying attention, and he like, oh sorry. I was like, yeah, it's cool, and he calls the dog, and the dog runs back over there. Okay, like no, hey, no harm, no foul, right? Like it's all good. Dogs get out. I've had it happen. All right, but now every time I'm out there fishing, it's like one of those like he feels like he's got to say what's up to me, and not just what's up, like hey, what? Like RV parks, everyone's about the wave, especially in Texas, right? Everyone gives the little, hey howdy, hey how y'all doing, right, hey, partner, you know, uh, but he's like, hey, he's always like, yeah, hey, you catch anything? How's it going? And I'm like, bruh, like you don't see I have the fucking white cum drops hanging from my ears called AirPods. Like I don't I'm out here to vibe and relax by myself. I'm not really interested in people yelling and hollering at me if I caught anything. Like, bro, leave me alone. The answer is no. I haven't caught fucking anything, and it sucks. And I told him I was like, nah, I haven't caught anything. He's like, oh, you got to use he like they'll be using either like chicken liver or a hot dog. I go, yeah, no. I was like, I think that's the problem. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, the problem is everyone's feeding the fucking fish real food. So when I'm out here fucking fishing with plastic worms and fucking plastic lures and baits and shit, they're not interested in my fake ass food because everyone's out here feeding them real food. And it takes away from the sport of fishing. And it was like, oh, and I was like, fuck out of here, man. Because they be doing that. They be feeding all these bass and especially the catfish too. But they be feeding like putting especially hot dog. Ask the kids. The kids used hot dog and they caught a couple. But they used Michael caught one off of a Texas rig too, off a plastic worm. But anyways, so that's the problem. Like if you feeding them real food, they ain't interested in my plastic ass, janky ass worm. They're swimming around like, man, fuck that. I'm looking for that Oscar Mayer, and it just fucks up the game, man. I feel like being a Karen and like going to the front office and, hey, could we put a sign up that says, do not feed the fucking fish real food? And then there's this family of ducks. I don't know where the fuck it came from. They got lost. They landed in the wintertime. Maybe they're flying south. They didn't get far enough. Oh, excuse me. There were two. It was mama and dad. And they had two little chicklet ducks, little ducklets. What do you call a baby duck? I don't know. And that was like in December or something. I remember I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, And I'm hoping like that they're gonna fucking take the fuck off and fly somewhere. They haven't, and they shit everywhere, all around the bank. Like, and they're right here on. I'm at the end of it, so I'm on the narrow end, and they're always around there, and they're always shitting everywhere. So there's bird shit, like duck shit, which it's just grass, and like when it dries up, it's real just like flaky grass. But it's still annoying to be walking out there, in your Crocs and just be fucking duck shit everywhere. Low key, I just want to annihilate them with like some bird shot or something. Gonna be a little bit loud. Nobody in the park is gonna not notice it. Probably get in trouble, so I'm not gonna do it. But it'd be cool, you know. Maybe you could turkey hunt them with an arrow, right? Like that, nice and quiet. And then can you eat any kind of duck? Is it like chicken? I wonder if it's like chicken. That's a good question. Are ducks like chicken, and all types of ducks are edible? I mean, it is meat, so you would think like it's meat. It's meat. It don't matter. But I'm just wondering, are some ducks better eating than other ducks? I'll have to look into that. Let me jump into YouTube and find out. I got stuck. Oh, so here's something cool, right? About we'll take it back to this writing class. A lot of people are out there using generative AI, Chat GPT, was what's a Google Sora, Gronk or Gork from X, from Elon, whatever it is. I might try that. I just use Chat GPT. It's the most. It feels like it's the most accessible. So already was in my head like I'm gonna use Chat GPT. The shit is out there. There's no way I'm not using it. But when I started the class and it says that Chat GPT is authorized and sometimes it's mandatory to use, and this is how it will be used, I was like, holy hallelujah. One is like it's like they expect it to be used, but there's still like ethical ways to use it, right? And as one of the questions that were asked, like, have you used it? How have you used it? Stuff like that. I said, yeah, I've used it. Different things. But how I used it in this class, which I think is a good, proper way to use it. I think it's more ethically correct, especially when you're doing classwork and stuff. And you can let me know if you disagree or not. But like, I don't use it to write the paper. I don't give it prompts and like write me a 1,000 word paper on this subject, and then give it like a real good lengthy prompt to really do everything. I still write everything myself. Right? I get into my Word document and I start just chopping away. Just start writing. Just boom. Just finger fucking the keyboard and just putting shit out there into the fucking world. Right? Just like how I've always done. And then I'll take I'll do the prompt for ChatGPT, and I'll say like, hey, and so this one that I've been working on, right? I have I've used the same chat because you could go to different things in ChatGPT, like your history. So I have this same history on this whole thing I've been working on since module one, of like, this is my tone, this is how I write, this is the voice I use. Um, I want it to be super formal, informal. I want it to be in between. Use these things. You don't use those things. And so it's learning my writing voice, right? As we do this more and more, and I work with the Chat GPT to do it. And so I'll write up a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'll drop it in, and I'll say, edit this for grammar and punctuation, right? Do all that. Rearrange as necessary for better flow, for better transitions between topics, um, and do all that. But don't change anything. Do not add or change any of what's there. Just arrange it. And so I'll do that first, and then it'll and one of the important things that I think, if you're into classes or taking classes, or if you're using it or thinking about using it, is like, ask for the feedback, as in like, Don't just like be like, hey, do all this and then get the answer back and be like, all right, cool, thanks. Tell it to like, hey, do this and then give me a breakdown of what you did and why you did in like a left right comparison, right? And that way when it gives you the feedback, it'll be like, I moved this sentence up here because over here it like this is why. I did this is why. And it helps you learn it and write a little bit better. So that's what I've been doing. And then after that, you could be like, hey, rewrite it using the same tone, flow, the same information that's there. Again, don't add anything that I've not already put down, but bump it up to a college level writing, right? That makes a little bit more like better usage of words and stuff like that. Because I'm a lot of like you know where you start ending. You ever catch yourself and you're using like the same word to start a sentence, like 3 sentences in a row, and you're like, I'm just no thesaurus and I don't know any other words. Yeah, that's what I've been using it for. It's pretty cool though. Along with a whole world of other stuff, of course. Like if you're into it like me, then you know. Um. Anyways, let's wrap it up. That's it. I just want to jump on. Um. I misspelled some words. That's funny. It's sometimes funny how I don't know how to spell. But anyways, hey, yeah, I just want to jump on and say what's up and kind of keep things interesting for a little bit. We got some plans. I got some people lined up for a show. A couple weeks. Probably gotta work a schedule. Um, I don't know if I'll be doing anything during summer with the kids here. Maybe some live shows, just me, not them. But they'll be like over there hanging out playing Pokemon or something. Shout out my kids. Uh, Man, kids get so big so quick, and like one day, they're little, like especially Penelope with her birthday that just passed. Like she was just a little baby girl, and now you look at her and you're like, wow, like you're a little girl now, not a little baby girl, just a little girl. You know, that's crazy. And Nikki's holding down over there. Thank you. Um, God, man, it's just what more could you ask for? Yeah. Other than that, yeah, we'll get some more shows out and keep it good, keep it going. We got 2.5 years to retirement, and then we're full blown. All right. Hey, don't forget, in this time of uncertainty, and you're on Reddit reading shit that you shouldn't be reading, just remember, you gotta obey all lawful orders given to you. Okay? Even if it's go to fucking cleaning stations. All right. With that being said, don't forget these views or opinions are of myself only and do not reflect the DON, the Chiefs mess, maybe, and anybody else. All right. So just don't snitch on me. We'll see you in the next one.